Now, I'd like to introduce longtime and highly respected conservative radio talk show host, Jerry Agar.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. I didn't expect as many of you. How many people do we have here? Let's count off. You start. That's great. I hate to start by sounding like I'm quibbling with the wonderful Sandy Rios, but Sandy, the government is not spending money like drunken sailors. Drunken sailors, as irresponsible as they can be, are spending their own money.
That's right.
I came here to talk about three things today, quickly. I'm going to talk a little bit about myself and how I'm reacting to what's going on. I'm going to talk about you and us, and then I'm going to talk about them. I'll get to that in a moment. I want to talk about my situation because apparently as I listen to the government, I'm the guy they want to help by spending all of this money. I recently lost my full-time talk show job, so I'm apparently the guy they want to help. I'm an unemployed immigrant. Here's my green card. But I don't want their help. Because when the government says, we're going to run this project in order to create jobs, they are spending money they took out of the private sector, which could more efficiently create jobs.
That's right.
The government, I guess, sees me as a shovel-ready project. But I don't want their shovel. I don't need their help. Because I believe in myself. Do you believe in yourself? I believe in my ability to get up in the morning and make good things happen to a greater extent than bad things will happen, and I'll come out ahead of the game. And I believe in your ability to make good things happen, which may be starting a business I could work for, or somebody else could work for. I believe in you. Do you? I believe in America. It works. There's no more level playing field in terms of moving yourself forward in your pursuit of happiness than American capitalism. It works if government leaves it alone. I may be an unemployed immigrant, but I'm going to be fine because I'm in America. Okay, so let's talk about us. You're gathering here all across the country, possibly a Guinness record today of people gathering to address their government. And we talk about mismanagement, we talk about pork, and we should protest the pork. We could have called it a pork party today. I wouldn't mind some good barbecue, to be honest with you. But we also have to make sure, as we go about our daily lives, that we are not part of the problem. We'll protest the pork, and then we'll think, you know, I really like that federally funded senior center they just built in my community. We'll protest the pork, and then we'll say, but I really kind of like that federally funded after-school program that's babysitting my kids at somebody else's expense. Or we'll protest the pork and we'll say, but I really like that federally funded bike overpass that just got put in. If we're going to be serious about our rights and states' rights and local authority and less federal government, we really have to be serious about it. Think about it every day.
That's right.
No pork means no pork.
That's right.
We can do it without Washington. I believe in us. Do you? And one more thing, talking about them. And by them, I mean the elected officials. And I'm talking about all of them. The incumbents. You know, Homeland Security, has been mentioned here before, has already calling you and me a bunch of right-wing radicals. Because we actually read the 10th Amendment.
That's right.
Article 1, Section 8 of the Constitution, which outlines those very few things the federal government is supposed to do. And because we've read the Constitution and understand it, we're radicals. dangerous people. Well, then it's time for some radical action. By which I mean the incumbents have to go. A lot of Republicans make the mistake of thinking, I'm talking about elected officials here, not people who belong to the Republican Party, which may be many of you. I'm talking about elected officials. They think this day's about them. No. But it isn't. No. Now, don't get me wrong. Democrats are the problem to a large extent. But here we are in America where the Democrats want to explode the size of government at an unprecedented rate, and many Republicans want to do it a little bit slower. They had plenty of chance, our elected Republicans, to do something about this, but can anybody come up with some programs at the federal level that they cut? No. No. There was a little bit of a start maybe on Social Security under the understanding that maybe you are smart enough to plan for your own retirement, but then that went away. And the federal government, the administration, George Bush, John McCain, talked in 2001 about a coming crisis in housing. And Chris Dodd and Barney Frank called them racist for bringing it up, and so they backed off. And Republican politicians, elected Republicans, will tell you that they get it. But they get it in a government kind of way, which is growing government just a little bit slower than the other guys. There are plenty of fine people who can represent you as Republicans. I'm not doing an anti-Republican rant here. I'm just saying get some new ones. Just imagine a day in Washington, D.C. when the new Congress shows up and it's all new people. They don't have any deals in place. They don't have any cozy relationships and associations. They arrive in Washington not knowing what they're doing. How good is that? Because they'll know that when they do figure it out, it'll be to work for you. Or they won't be there 2 years from now. They'll know that. That they would get. We have term limits. That's what I'm talking about. Term limit them all out in the next election. So some sort of radical action like that. If you don't like my idea, think one up of your own. But it can't be just today. Don't go home and think, well, we had a great day, and we set a record, and right as we started, the sun came out. God blessed our day, everything's done. It's not. There are hard decisions to make, hard work to do. I'm willing, are you? Yeah. Thank you very much.